Hello Spooklets, welcome back to my channel, and if this is the first time you see my face, welcome to my channel. If you love anything to do with the paranormal, this could be the place for you. Hit that subscribe button, I'd love to have you. So in today's video we're talking about the White Hart Hotel. This hotel is actually in my city and about a 20-minute walk away from me. And yeah, when I found out some ghost stories about this place, it kind of freaked me out. Let me tell you why. When I saw the White Hart Hotel was haunted, it gave me goosebumps because before I knew it was haunted, I photographed a wedding at the White Hart Hotel. I was a photographer, I still am, but I do photography in a different way now. I lost my photography business due to everything going on in the world last year and this year, but I did lose my business last year. But I did photograph a wedding at the White Hart Hotel, and I can tell you now, when moving through the corridors in the hotel, like around the hotel rooms, I felt really uneasy, and I couldn't tell you why. I have photographed in a few hotels, but this one gave me goosebumps, and it was like all the lights were on in the corridors, but it still felt really dark and looked really dark. It had a really eerie feeling. Now, before I tell you an experience a guest had at that hotel, let me tell you first what happened there. Now, let's just say back in the day, because I'm not sure how far back this happened, but a regular patron that used to visit so much, probably every night, took a liking to one of the maids in the bar. Now, he did like her that much that he did return to the bar every night just to have conversations with her. He finally plucked up the courage to ask this maid out on a date. But unfortunately for him, she completely refused, and he was left heartbroken. He was so mad that he waited for the maid to head off upstairs to the corridors where the hotel rooms were and followed her. In the middle of a corridor, he continuously hurt her face with a weapon and left her there to die. Apparently, the maid's ghost can still be heard even today, screaming and sobbing, and even seen on her knees, shielding her face with her hands. Now I've told you what happened in the hotel. I'm now going to tell you about a guest that once stayed at the hotel. Again, I'm not sure when this was, but a guest stayed at the hotel and they had a right experience in that hotel. So a customer of the hotel was working late through the night, sat in the bar area, which is really weird because I know the White Hart Hotel and I can picture it now. In the early hours of the morning, he decided to call it a night. He was feeling really tired and started to gather his things and head up back to his hotel room. As he had just got settled into his bed, he started hearing voices and footsteps in the corridor outside his room door. The noises got louder and louder and apparently started to sound like somebody was running up and down the corridor. Annoyed, he got up, got some clothes on and decided to head down to the reception desk, opened his door to an empty corridor, but proceeded down to the reception desk to complain. He got to the receptionist and complained straight away, and the receptionist apologised for the events and said that they would look into it immediately. So he decided to leave it to the receptionist and headed back to his hotel room. He was just about to get settled once again back into his bed when the noises started up again, and he was getting really annoyed. He reached the door, about to grab the handle to go back down to the receptionist, when the door handle started twisting and turning on its own, and then the door started shaking violently on its hinges. Now, he was very shocked at this, as I think any of us would be, but he flung the door open back out into an empty corridor and ran back down to the receptionist to complain again. The receptionist apologised again and said that they're looking into this. But the receptionist didn't have the heart to tell the man that he was the only person staying in the entire hotel that night, and two, there are only door handles on the inside of the hotel rooms. So whatever it was shaking that door handle wasn't trying to get in, it was trying to get out. Now, like I said, I felt really uneasy in them corridors, and I didn't know it was haunted at the time. I do tend to pick up on things like this, but I didn't really think much of it because I was busy. I was photographing a wedding. I was running up and down corridors, seeing bridesmaids, the bride, popping outside for a bit of fresh air every now and then because it was a really hot day. But looking back, obviously, when I found out straight away, when I found out this ghost story, I was like remembering straight away that, yeah, I had this, not necessarily an experience, but I felt something was in those corridors. And the ending of the story, even now, even though I've read this story so many times, it still creeps me out knowing there isn't a door handle on the outside. So it was in there with him, whatever it was, trying to get out. I mean, could it have been the maid? Did she, you know, this patron left her to die in the corridor. He just walked away. So did she manage to crawl herself maybe into that room? And maybe she's now trapped in there? I don't know. Let me know what you think could be wrong. But what did you think to today's story? I am so tempted to book a room one day and stay in there for the night. And of course, I will do a ghost investigation and record it so I can put it on this channel. I don't know when it would be, but it's something I would really love to do. So maybe I ought to get in touch with the White Hart Hotel. But as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up for me because it helps me more than you know, and I will speak to you all in my next video. But until then, sleep tight.